Okay, you're 5 o'clock.
Okay, councillors. That is the 12th day of August, and we have our regular council meeting, which is the only meeting this month. We welcome our media, Mary, here in the gallery, and we will call the meeting to order by making a land acknowledgement. The town of Cardston acknowledges that we are located on traditional Blackfoot Confederacy territory. Before I go any further, I want to really thank all of you for having been there for Heritage Week. All of you were involved in different venue, and kudos and thank you to Mayor Brown for being so involved.
To who?
Mayor Brown, wow.
Oh, well, she's at the slip of the tongue.
It's called foreshadowing.
That's not what that was.
It must be. Councillor Brown. It's a funny one.
Okay.
For all that you've done, it was very much appreciated. You were pretty well everywhere to be seen. All right, and the fireworks, people in town
Good
raved
fireworks.
about the
Good fireworks.
So
Hey, I
thank
went
you
down
so
there
much.
and I was with them the whole time when they were lighting them, so it was good.
Yeah, so they
Thanks,
really
Councillor Kenley.
enjoyed that very well.
We could see your touch.
Yes.
It was very well done.
Got your touch.
Right, thank you so much. All right, we have an agenda.
I'll move the agenda.
Thank you, Councillor Burton.
I have a question. Can
Go
we,
ahead.
I wanted to talk about my health advisory thing. Where can we talk about that?
About what? What is it?
That health advisory council that I'm on.
Committee reports will be a good
Okay,
time.
sounds good.
I'll put you there.
Well, it's not a report, okay, sounds good. Okay, we'll go.
No, it'll be fine.
Okay.
Okay. All right, it's 5 o'clock. We should have a delegation.
We have to vote.
We have to vote.
Yeah, but I'm trying to figure out, do we have the delegation? Okay, let's vote on the agenda. All in favor? Thank you. Do we have the delegation?
I don't see anybody here.
There was a fellow sitting downstairs. Who was he? Okay, we shall carry on. We have minutes of July the 8th. Councillor Brown?
I make a motion to adopt the minutes of our last meeting, July 8th, 2025.
Thank you. All in favor? Thank you very much. All right, under 5A, bylaw 7022, non-residential property tax incentive. Joshua, you worked hard on this, and hopefully we can finally do second and third reading.
Yeah, well, good evening, Council. This one, there's been no changes since your first meeting last month, so we would just ask for the final readings and adoption.
Okay, Councillor Burton,
The question.
did you find something?
Just a question, and I apologize for missing the start of the last time when we looked at this. So maybe I wouldn't have needed to have been asked, but I'm going to ask it. So the way I read this is that it applies, well, I'll read it. It says, is to encourage improvements, this is paragraph 2, to be made to existing non-residential properties. So the intention is not bare land, is that correct?
It continues to say, and to provide an attractive environment for new commercial and industrial. So hopefully that covers both.
So this isn't, so somebody could improve a bare lot, they could build a shop or whatever that is, or they could improve an existing
That's right.
structure. Okay, good, because I think that's the better way to have it. I just want to make sure that was our intent.
Okay, yep.
Okay.
Yeah, it is.
So they're.
Are we good with
I have a
that?
question. So they're able to go with this when they improve bare land? I thought we weren't doing that.
Well, that's what I just asked, if we are. To me, it makes sense. If I get somebody new, that's very beneficial to our community. If I get somebody improving what really needs to be improved, that's beneficial. I see them as both beneficial, but I just want to make sure what our intent was.
I originally thought we weren't including bare land because we wanted wanted to encourage our main, like,
Well, I think that was one time on the
Okay.
table and
I'm good either way.
I remember us talking about the possibilities that you're talking about.
I'm good on both. I think both are fine.
Okay,
I'm
that's
good.
fine. So are we good to pass second and third reading? Okay, Councillor Kenley?
Yeah, I'll move second reading of bylaw 17,
22.
22, non-residential property tax incentive bylaw.
All in favor? Thank you. I need third reading. Councillor
I'll
Burton?
move third and final reading of bylaw 1722.
Thank you. All in favor? Thank you. All right, we will pause here. We have Mr. Ranger here, if you would like to come and do your presentation. Thank you very much and welcome to our chambers.
Well, thank you very much for the warm welcome. Anytime I can get close to the mountains, I'm excited.
Yes, I bet you are.
Anyways, I've been informed that you've received the package that I sent forward with some initial diagrams and of what we're planning to do for the County of Cardston Shooting Association. Basically, it's going to be a state-of-the-art facility that's going to cater to everybody from international to national to local and provincial needs. We have nothing really south of Calgary for a year-round indoor facility to promote the sport of shooting, and of course with the avid hunters and everything else that we have down here, it's a good thing. It's positive in many ways. Number one, it promotes people to go to a location instead of shooting out in farmers' fields and everything else, and it also gives an opportunity for individuals to continue in the sport. Now, just so that you know a little bit more about this facility, we are catering also to the needs of CBSA, to RCMP, to Blood Tribe Police, who are very excited about this as an opportunity for training. We're looking at just a number of different groups that are out there, everybody from Brinks to whoever. So a lot of these people in the south, they have to take time off and head up to Calgary or Edmonton in order to do some training, and so they're excited to have something here in the south. Now, the other thing that we're going to be doing is, because federally they've been cracking down on firearms and stuff like that, and so we're going to also offer the rental of firearms and ammunition. So if somebody wants to go and shoot a pistol, they can get the proper training. They can go and have that experience and do that on a rental basis, and having a proper certified individual there to guide them through the process. We also are looking at having some classrooms there, so we will be able to provide courses in everything from conservation for youth to backcountry packing and how to properly deal with bears and bear spray and stuff like that. We're going to be doing your courses for your PAL and restricted, and so we'll have a large variety of courses there. We're also catering to the archery crowd in that our indoor facility will be also archery as well as pistol, and it'll be set up so that it'll have a tactical aspect to it, that the officers can go in and go down the range and shoot here, move across, reload, shoot there, and and just experience some of the things that they might have to encounter in the field. And we'll have the outdoor facility, of course, with the 500-yard range. City of Lethbridge does not have that distance, and so the Lethbridge Fish and Game Association is looking to sponsor probably $10,000 or more towards the facility in terms of a monetary support. We haven't nailed everything down yet, but we're going to work some things out so that the Fish and Game Association can work membership to a certain degree in with their costs of for their members. And that'll also translate over into us being able to offer the same thing for people in this area. They'll be able to, with their range membership, get a Lethbridge Fish and Game membership so that they can compete in the hunting or the fishing or, you know, the other aspects of that. As far as local businesses are concerned, we've spoke to a couple of local businesses here, and we're going to be looking at doing some support in terms of a small retail facility in the building so that they can purchase ammunition and targets and hearing protection and arrows and, you know, things like that. So your local Cardston Outdoor Supply fellow there, we've chatted with him, and we're going to see if we can help business in this area as well. And because of its proximity to the area, I imagine some people will come and continue on and maybe come in to purchase things from him or over to K&D Implements and stuff like that. So we're hoping that the general traffic to the area will also enhance business in this area as well. It looks like we're going to be getting letters of support. This presentation is coming up for County of Tabor, County of Lethbridge, Sterling, Raymond, McGrath. Of course, I've already mentioned City of Lethbridge, and Coaldale. So we're going to have a lot of support from the local area. It's going to be pretty much a Southern Alberta facility, if you will. And so we were looking for, in addition to a letter of support, some kind of monetary or in-kind support, whether that's with equipment to assist with the berms and building, or whether that's to bring in something that will add to the cost of this. We're looking at probably between $2.5 and $3 million, somewhere in that neighborhood. We're guessing at this point. We have not been able to finalize numbers yet. We're still relatively new. We're going to be applying for the CFEP grant in May, and so that will be for the large CFEP. And Joe Scow, his office has indicated they would like to support this. We'll be meeting with them officially the end of the month, and as well Grant Hunter and Nathan Newdorf. So we're gonna have support from a lot of individuals. So we're hoping we could count on something from you guys. Do you have any questions about the facility itself?
Yeah, we have two questions. Councillor Kenley, Councillor Britt, and Councillor Brown.
My simple question was, I mean, first of all, I'm fully supportive of this. I like this idea, love this idea. There's always seems to be posts about where can I go shoot arrows in the winter, where can I go shoot guns, blah, blah, blah. We don't really have that around here. I like this whole thing. My only question is, where is it?
Oh, the location?
Yeah, location.
Okay, so you go out Spring Coulee.
Yeah.
Okay, you turn in to go to Spring Valley Colony.
Yep.
And you go on the road on this side of the colony. There's a couple of buildings on the other side of the road, and it goes down into the river bottom right there.
So it's about 25 minutes from here, so.
Yeah. 20 minutes, 25 minutes. Yeah.
Okay.
Thank you. Councillor.
Go ahead.
Okay, I was just gonna say, this has been in the works for a lot of years, and there really is a need. The closest active gun club used to be McGrath, now it's Tabor. To have both indoor and outdoor facilities like this, you have to go north of Calgary. Is that correct?
That's correct, yeah.
Yeah, like way north of Calgary. I think it'd be highly beneficial. I know we've had, like you said, we've tried to piecemeal together different things, but they've all been temporary and less than satisfactory. I think this would be phenomenal.
Go ahead.
So back to the location.
Yeah.
So are you on the north side of the highway? Or
We are on the
south
north side. Yeah.
So the last we talked, so I've talked to the county. They are very supportive of this.
Mhm.
I've talked to people on the rec committee who are very supportive of this, all for good reasons. The one question that was there before was to get that 500 yards. We had to have the guys across the river, Blood Tribe on side. Where did that end up?
That they came across and they said, yes, we're in support
Yes.
because the police wanted to train as well.
Perfect.
So, yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
that was resolved.
Yeah.
Councillor Brown?
So I'll start with that. So I was at the meeting. So Councillor Nish, this has been a huge, who's a councillor for the Cardston County, this has been his baby, we'll say. We have been talking to the Blood Tribe about this for the last 4 years. And Blood Tribe, because of the distance and all the things, had to be on side with it. They ended up super excited as soon as Councillor Nish said, we're looking for everyone to come and shoot here. Your police, everyone. Super excited. That was exciting for them. So personally, my husband is a part of the ranging Lethbridge, so he's super excited to have one closer. So my question is, so as far as your ask for council, it is not only a letter of support, but it is in kind or cash?
Yes.
And it would be for this coming year, or what are we looking at?
Well, we would like, I mean, ideally, it'd be nice to
Of course.
start moving some gravel around this year, and we hope to be able to do that. We're just finalizing things with the nonprofit right now, the County of Cardston Shooting Association.
Yeah.
And we'll have to see how that goes. Just so you know, we have over a dozen businesses that are willing to kick in their cost of materials between there and retail plus the labor.
Wow.
So they make nothing on it.
Awesome.
Okay, we have lots of businesses that are willing to do that. Some even more. Southwest Concrete is going to be donating a bunch of concrete.
Awesome.
Donating.
It was just my question in regards to, for us, it's all about calendar year, right? When
Yeah.
we're budgeting. So is it something where you're wanting us to be looking at putting into the budget for this fall? Or is it in a
You know
year
what?
from now?
We'll leave that up to your discretion, to whatever works best with your
Well,
budget.
it's a matter of when you need it, because we don't want to put it in the budget if you don't need it for another year, if council did approve
Well, put it this way. The big facility, the big push for the $1 million on the CFEP grant
Yes.
is not going to happen. It's not going to go in until this coming May, and then it'll be approved by June or so ever.
Okay.
So if we get any bonuses before then, great,
Okay.
but that's probably
And then final question, Mayor?
Yes, go ahead.
Final question is, and so because you're so close to the colony there, obviously you've got a letter from them as well?
yes, council's got permission from the colony. No
Awesome.
problem. Yeah.
Thank you.
Councillor.
I was just gonna say, it sounds like they're just looking for letter support for now, and
Well,
for now, but
and
and
cash
we'll
in
probably
kind.
be getting a request at some point.
Yes,
I-
well, I mean, I would like you to discuss it, because
Yeah.
what happens as we go forward with the grant process and the CFEP,
Yeah.
if we have
In kind.
cash
Yeah.
as well as in kind, we're trying to structure it so that we have a 60-40 input on this, so that the in kind and cash is equal to 60%, the province participation is 40.
Okay.
So on that being said, we're trying to raise 1.5 on the private side, and to be matched with $1 million from the province.
Councillor Burton.
Just to clarify, is the grant that you're applying for, does it require a match? Or is it just a pure grant and you just need to top up the rest?
Well, as far as I understand, and I have not physically filled out a CFEP before, but my understanding is that they will, I mean, some people come in at 50-50. I've been researching it, and because they only give so many of these out a year regardless. So number one, you have to have some good push behind it. We got 3 MLAs and an MP and a few other people that are here.
The reason that's important to us, we get the concept of you requiring matching funds.
Mhm.
So if that kind of grant requires matching funds, then we want to know, we want to be part of it, we want to know what it is, we want to know what other municipalities are contributing. That's different than if you're going to raise this much money and then you do bake sales to get the rest, you know what I mean?
Yeah, here's the.
We view that slightly
Yeah,
differently.
it's gonna be in kind plus cash.
Yeah.
We won't have a problem with the in kind.
Yeah.
Okay, we're gonna be able to get lots of the in kind. I mean, I can't even hold the guys back at the door that want.
I get that, and I very much appreciate that. I'm just saying that some grants are required for matching. In other words, you don't get any grant. Let's say it's a 50-50 for $1 million.
Mhm.
So you only get the million if you have
Million.
the matching
No,
million.
I can't answer that
Okay,
question.
that's
Perhaps
something
your
maybe you could
administrator
get
would know.
back to us on. It is, okay.
They can go 60-40 as well.
But it's a required matching. Because that's important to know, because then we as the councils in the community say, well, we don't even get the million if we don't contribute, right? So that's an
Yeah.
important piece for us to know.
Yes, and as far as I apologize of
You're good.
my lack of information.
Again, a good job. I'm just asking that particular question.
Yes. Okay, well, that question is noted, and I will find the answer out for you.
I think Jeff's answer.
Yeah.
Make sure we're clear, CPAP does accept in kind, they just prescribe the rate. So they'll say skilled labor at this rate, not
Yeah.
skilled labor at this rate, machinery at this rate, so
Yeah.
they certainly do accept in kind for their.
That, again, those might be easier for a municipality to provide, right?
Yes, well,
So-
that's why I threw some options out there, because, I mean, everybody's got to deal with budgets. You guys have other things that are on your plate, not just this, so, I mean, you know, and I understand that. But we'll,
All right.
we'll take as much cash as we can get, and the rest, well, we love
Thank you
in-kind.
very much.
Thank you.
You've done a good presentation, and we support the idea. How much we will go beyond the letter of support is something that next council we probably will have to work with. Elections are in about a couple months,
Yes,
and I think the concept is good to be presented at this time. Thank
sure,
you
and
so
I
much.
should have more information and probably a portfolio of support letters
Yeah,
by then.
but
so.
I think the letter of support, that is something we can work on right away.
Okay, well, thank you so much for
Okay.
your
Thanks for
help
your
today.
work on
Appreciate
the
it.
project.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Bye. All right, we're going to go for 5B. It's a draft policy D25-5, community donations. That is Joshua again.
Still talking about donations.
Joshua, you
4
have
years later.
worked.
Poor guy.
You,
Yes.
honestly, when we finish with this one, I think it'll be a wonderful template that a lot of community will be glad to have.
Yes.
That's
All the
exactly right.
Council changes, yeah.
Yes, thank you for your patience with this one, but, you know, I really think the few times that you've looked at this already, piecemeal, hopefully will make this finalization process pretty smooth. So really, this draft is now a collection of all the feedback that you have given us so far. And I'll just highlight a few key things for you, since this is the first time you're seeing the draft. So this is a budget-based policy, so your available funding is limited by 6-month period. You have half of your budget available for each. No single donation exceeds $5,000 in value. That's cash or in kind. This policy makes a distinction between recurring donations and donations, so that's in the definitions. So recurring basically is just noted as this is what they look like, and they're handled when you discuss budget every year. They're not considered under this policy. There's also an option for those receiving recurring donations. Council may require financial reporting. Donations $1,000 in value or less to be managed by the CAO. The evaluation criteria to be used when applications exceed available funding in those 6-month periods. There's some criteria there for you to weigh if your applications exceed your budget. And organized and changed per council's instruction, your standards, and then the application form was tailored accordingly. So I would just note the one change since we last spoke in July to one of the eligibility criteria is to use the donation for the sole benefit of the town or the entire benefit of the town. So that's been amended. What it said before was to use the donation wholly within the town. So I believe that was to keep the money local, keep it with local businesses. We thought based on how, what we've heard from groups that have received donations, as far as, you know, they're advertising, they're using online platforms. If it's still to the benefit of the community, can be demonstrated as such, we thought it was appropriate to just say, it's still for the benefit of the town, it's okay. So those are my comments. Any questions at all? Be glad to answer.
Councillor Burton?
If I may, just a couple of comments, and we've discussed these before the meeting, but if we go to 2A, recurring donations, just given some of our previous discussions, I would like to add a fourth item so that it reads, council may require those receiving a recurring donation to submit a report detailing the following. It says how they used the previous funds, requirement, reason for the funds this year, efforts taken to secure funding from other sources. I'd like that we could ask for a copy of their budget, see where it fits in the greater whole, whether that's the current budget, their prospective budget. Administration would know better than I would, but if we're going, the recurring donations tend to be much larger, sometimes, you know, massively larger than these other ones. And so we've had discussion about before about whether or not we get to see the budget, and I would like that to be
Is that the budget or the financials?
I don't know, whatever makes the most sense. I mean, their financial statement doesn't necessarily, I would think more of the budget, but I don't know, I'd leave someone with more experience than I, but in other words, I want to be able to see where it fits in their bigger picture, not just we need it for this and that's sort of the end of the story and we have to say yes or no.
So a proposed budget,
Proposed budget would work for me.
okay?
So that, I have a couple more thoughts if I could. So that's one. Then under eligibility 3(1)(a), so they're ineligible if they receive other funds from the town. And I wonder if we should just clarify that that's like concurrently other funds, or funding them some other path. Because if the Rotary came 2 years in a row and said, you know, I'd like to use your parking lot and your freezer or whatever it is, I'd say yes. I'd say yes 100 years in a row. So I just want it to be clear that this isn't meant to exclude, you can never come back again. It's meant to exclude those that we've chosen to fund a different way. For example, maybe they're, I don't know, I'll just leave it at that. And then,
So what do you propose instead,
well, just to
Councillor?
clarify that, Joshua, do you want to comment on your perspective of that?
Yeah, so Councillor Burton was kind enough to catch me before the presentation here, so I have a good sense of what he's talking about as far as the problems with understanding this properly as the years go on. And certainly we wouldn't want to limit your ability to fund people year by year. Yeah, it's just so the cycling club is an example. Maybe they're receiving funding under
The business
the
grant.
recurring initiatives. You know, they wouldn't be able to get funding from this.
Right.
You know, it's just one stream of funding available for you at a time.
Yeah, it's
essentially.
more the stream than the amount of times, just to clarify that.
Okay, so maybe that is a word that should be used, the idea of a stream of funding.
Yeah, however that works. And then my last comment, if I could,
Maybe recipients of other streams of funding?
yeah, that would work for me. Then under 3C, it says request to fund will not be considered if it's for use of the golf course or, for example, the agrodome, a town-owned facility managed by a third party. So the way I read that was that the Ag Society, for example, couldn't come to us. Well, they do come to us, and they're on the other category of every year, right? So Josh just clarified to me that it means you can't, if they tell you no, you can't come here and see what dad says if mom told you no. that's what he's trying to accomplish. And so if that's clear to everybody else, we could leave it, or maybe we can just tweak that a little bit.
So how would you tweak it?
I don't know, because you know, it's, even if the Ag Society comes and they want to do a youth night and they want $200 to rent a movie or something, it's still using the facility. I don't know. I like your concept. I just want to make sure that the next council gets what we were talking about.
Councillor Brown?
Because the trick is on this one, we're doing this. I mean, name somebody we're not doing it with.
Like the
The
pool
farmer's
or-
market,
Yeah.
like all of
All of
these,
that.
all of them, we're giving them
So that's not what,
buildings.
right, so that's not what we're trying to prevent.
Right.
What you explained to me is we're trying to prevent where you go to the Ag Society to say, hey, can I rent your, or can I have a free night at your facility? Let's say the church wants to go, they have young men and young women's activities there pretty regularly, okay, like once a year. So the church goes to them and say, hey, could we have a free night? And the Ag Society says no. They can't come to us and say, hey, could we use the Ag Society for a free night? That's what you're trying to prevent, right?
Oh, I see.
Not,
Okay. I see.
you know, we're happy that
Okay.
the Ag Society says yes or whatever. We're happy to help out. We just don't want them trying to do an end run around whoever is managing the golf course or the agrodome or the,
You're not
whatever
trying
else
to
we've got.
undermine people.
Right.
See?
So, if I might, Mayor, there certainly seems to be room to make the language clearer. So I would recommend that you give us time till the next meeting to just work on this.
You are
I
a
know,
very,
we're
Doing my
dragging
best
this
to
out.
put it
I'm
out there.
sorry.
you are
We're
a
gonna make
very, you are a very, very patient man.
I'm sorry.
And you have to put up with us after how many revision?
No.
Thank you. Councillor Kenley.
I was just gonna say, going back to your very first thought, is there anything in here that we want? Maybe I missed it. We like to have people come back and report to us about
Yeah, that's a whole
how,
idea.
how said donation helped there and how their event went. Like,
yes.
I personally would love, even if it was a $500 donation to someone's event at the pool or something. Like, I'd like to come back and be like, thanks, and this is how it went. This is how many people showed up. Like,
It helps us evaluate for next year. I think
it's
that's
like
a good idea.
I'd like to know how my investment went in a way,
Yep.
weird way. So, if that could be added in there as a requirement.
So as a requirement, would
I
that-
know I guess it wouldn't be, they wouldn't need it to get the money if they came back for, right? Or
it can be.
they would already have had the money.
Okay,
know.
Councillor Jensen, Councillor Brown.
Let her go first.
Go ahead.
No, I mean, I don't know what you're trying to say, but what I'm hearing is that,
Thank you.
no, but I'm just
Go
trying to
ahead.
see if we're talking about the same thing. So you're saying that if the town gives me money, I go and do my event, but there's a returning and reporting
I would like that.
accountability.
I would like
Yeah.
that,
Just
yes.
like we do in FCSS, just like we do in lots of, I'm sure that's what you were gonna say.
Yeah.
I feel like the return and the reporting
Yeah.
helps us judge whether my $500 made a difference. But that is also gonna be in the
The
budget.
next 500.
I know, yeah.
That's,
So I agree. I think that's a great idea.
even if it's $100, like, come
But-
tell us about it.
Yeah.
Well, at least send us
What
a
I was
note.
getting at
I
is,
mean,
Yeah. It doesn't have to be an in-person, but just even an email saying, this is what we did.
I was getting at that they would have already have received said donation, had their event, but if they never want to come back to us, why would they come report to us? That's what might, because they've already gotten the money, so they don't
well,
care.
they can't,
We'll
they
remember
can't.
that next year.
Well, that's when I guess it just comes
Yeah,
back.
I
Hey,
get
you
it.
didn't follow through with your obligations. Sorry. Kind of.
Yeah, I get it.
I mean, they can at least send you a note
I would
or
like
something.
something.
The account-
To be in
They
there.
may not have,
I agree.
I mean, you don't want a stream of people coming to.
Yeah, and not as much a thank you as an accountability.
Yeah.
Great.
That's right.
All right, so how exactly do you want it to,
We'll see you
to
next
appear?
meeting, I guess.
Yeah, we will.
I think I have a good sense of, since the reporting is already part of the recurring donations, we would just expand that.
Yeah, okay. Thank you. All right, thank you so much. We will See you again in September.
We will get it done before we're done.
Yeah. The next one is something we need to do. There is a policy there that is no longer in use and needs to be rescinded.
Yeah, I think you've got it there, Mayor. Because of the amendments to the procedural bylaw, this is in contradiction of it, so administration's requesting you rescind C-23.
Yeah, Councillor Johnson?
Are we ready to make a motion?
Sure,
Okay, I
please.
make a motion to rescind policy C-23.
Thank you. All in favor? Thank you. All right. Under 6, other business. If you remember, the village of Hines Creek had asked for letter support regarding the testing of water center to be located in southern Alberta rather than in Calgary, where the samples have to be sent, and then there is such a delay before you really know if you have contamination or not. So it's not really the best efficient system to protect the population. So what they are really wanting is to bring this item at Alberta Muni, and they need a seconder. And because we wrote them the letter of support, they would like our town to be the seconder. And I think it's a very good idea. Councillor
I will do that.
Kenley, please go
I'll
ahead.
do that. Okay, I'm just gonna read what you want me to say here. So I will make a motion of support, right?
Yes, that's
So-
correct.
Or a resolution.
Is motion and resolution the same thing in a sense?
Well, can be, it's okay.
Okay,
Go
anyways.
ahead.
To support the municipality in the second motion of the Village of Pines Creek regarding the water testing infrastructure at the 2025 Alberta Municipalities Convention.
Thank you. All in favor? Thank you. So what it means, it just means that the town will be given 30 seconds to say why they support the idea. All right. So on the 7, committee and other reports. So you have committee reports. I'm sorry I did not get mine included in I already did. Mine did not quite make it electronically, but it's probably posted now. I don't know. So here is the ad hoc committee is to try to explain exactly a little bit the process, how we started and how we went from having meetings where we had really a think tank meeting rather than a meeting with minutes, because we didn't, and where the collective idea regarding the needs for that CFAP grant, the ACP. Yeah, I give it to you.
I don't think Councillor Burton has one.
I thought you did. ACP, or it's written CFAP in my letter. ACP, sorry. So how we came about with the ideas regarding that grant. So Jeff is the one who compiled all our ideas and brought us a draft, and that draft was accepted. So now he's going to do the application for the grant. And the librarian, the treasurer, and the chair were most appreciated. Almost wanted to say excited and delighted. That's really just about the way I felt about having the study on this way. So they are really appreciative, and we're very, very thankful of all the works that Jeff did, and let him know that. So thank you very much, Jeff, for all that good work. It was long coming, but we're there, almost. So when is the application due? October 1st. Also, we have a little bit of time, but we're not meeting until then.
I need all that time to get proposals back from consultants so we know how much we're applying for. So that'll go out for consultants soon.
Okay, thank you very much. And if you're interested in what's in the application, Jeff, you can make that available to councillors who want to see it. Thank you. Any other reports, something that you wanted to talk about, Councillor
Mike, did
Kenley?
you find that motion? Okay, that's okay. No, I guess this short story. So I'm on that health advisory committee, and I didn't know if I was able to get, I don't even know the word, per diems, yes, for it.
Yeah, of course.
And I couldn't remember if the council, but then the other kicker is, am I eligible, and what will happen, because I'm only on council for another 6 weeks, right? And my term is a year.
Right.
So what does that situation look like?
Okay, so are you a member at large or are you a member appointed because you're councillor?
Good question. I'm pretty
Okay.
sure it's because of,
Yeah,
I don't know.
that's a difference.
There was for council, I think it was just.
Yeah.
Okay, so,
Correct me if you think this is wrong, Counselor, but I'm quite sure what it said was they actually recognized the election was going to be in the middle of all this.
Yeah.
And so anyone that was on originally could see the whole thing through. They weren't going
Okay.
to eliminate you if you weren't
So-
reelected.
so in other words, considering you more as a member at large, kind of councillor / member at large kind of thing. Okay, so you're a councillor now, but you become at large when and if the election doesn't pan out. Yeah, Councillor Brown.
So when he
We'll-
is
we
on
hope.
with the next council,
Oh, there you
we
go.
need to continue to do the per diem, but I don't think we have a motion in place. So,
Yes, that's what we need to do.
so can I make
I
a motion?
think you do, Counselor.
We weren't sure if there, I
Yeah.
don't have anything till September after our next meeting.
I'm quite
so-
sure your
Find out.
motion approved the per diems for Counselor
Normally
Kennedy.
we do.
I think the other question though is let's say he chooses not to run or is not reelected as the citizen at large, there's not a per diem option anymore.
Right.
That goes away.
Oh.
And so, how do we do that? Now, we currently have, for example, we have a gentleman serving on a board right now that was started as a counselor, but chose to continue on for some other terms. That was his choice. We don't pay him
No.
since he's not a counselor. We never have. He hasn't requested it to be fair, but
Same with me at the Ag Society, right?
Yeah,
I still
you
go to their
keep on-
meetings, I'm on a committee and everything, but my per diem came to an end when we all put our hands in the air, so.
Right.
yeah.
Are you okay with that, Councillor?
It's fine.
Okay, all
I just
right,
wanted
so
to-
that's fine. So that's solved. Okay,
Yeah,
There.
yes.
but I think the
So,
province will take care of that.
just so you're aware, I attend the Chinook Arch meetings, but this year, this month, it was on the same day as Heritage Days with the car show. I discussed this with the mayor, and I said personally I would prefer to remain here and do the car show rather than to attend the Chinook Arch meeting. And so you'll see that I am absent, and that is why.
Okay,
Mayor,
yes.
question. So would it not be appropriate though for Councillor Kenley to be on this board as a councillor right now, but again, saying he chooses to not run again, could we not pay for gas if there is traveling costs? Like, is that not appropriate? Because is this not for our
Wait.
benefit?
Well, we don't pay gas for anybody.
I think that the province pays.
Yeah,
And I'll
Yeah.
go back and look at it. I'm
Okay.
pretty
There
sure
is-
that they
Okay.
will
yes,
pay.
there is very
Okay.
often another
And if
mechanism.
not, I'll just volunteer for a year. I don't really care.
Well, and volunteering is not a bad thing.
Anyways, it'll be looked at. That's fine.
Because you could put it another way. It could be that a councillor there would like to do that too, right? So you have to kind of mitigate a little bit between the two.
If I remember right, reading, I believe if there's any out of town meetings, like in Edmonton or something, that they will. It's just like any government job. Like there's like a set rate, and they'll pay for your
Yeah.
hotels, meals, and
And I believe that's correct because I was on some board like that where they paid me my
Good.
gas. Okay, you have in your reports a budget to actual. There is something inside there, Jeff. Maybe you can tell me what that's supposed to mean or how I'm supposed to read it. Can you have a look at 237,762?
That's when we have something miss out.
And okay, here you have one, and then you have another one. It's if my vision is correct, I think it's 241,500. Can you see that?
Water lab.
Yeah, water lab. Can you see? That's weird. Well, you budgeted, so we have used more than what we have budgeted. What would be the reason? Do you know? Because I mean, we still have about 5 months to go. Could you find out? Thank you. Okay, I just pick up a few things.
I
Sorry.
have a budget-related question. I think we brought this up before, but on the donations, the recurring ones, Jeff, would it make sense to have that as a category in our budget? Or does it make more sense to have them sort of wherever they fit otherwise? Because I would like, if I were here again, which I won't be, I would like to be able to say,
Yeah.
okay, here they are, and these groups are wonderful, but they're not entitled.
Sure.
I'm just going to treat that differently in my head, and I think with them, and I hope they would treat it differently if we all understood that it was a request.
Yeah, I think I like where your head's at with that, Counselor. And it's doable for sure. One of the challenges is we lose the history, like tracking those GLs. It throws them off, but that's not critical if we know the context, right? Jill and I will talk about that and see what we can do to move that. It's always nice to be able to look over an account over a number of years,
Right.
and you rely on the initial wisdom of setting up the account to be valid. But I like where you're going with that. I do think it's nice to be able to say, hey, council, as part of budget, here's your reoccurring donations that you can look at and see if those are still valid, other than one in ECDev and one in Parks and Rec and one in celebrations, and
Yeah.
we do have them around. So I think there's wisdom
Try to
there.
get lost in the crowd
Yeah.
the way it is now.
Agreed. Yeah. I'll make a note, and Jill and I will spend some time on that before we start this next budget.
Okay, thank you. Now the CPU report. I'm still very sad to lose Leo. And
It's good to see him at the parade.
yes, and he was there at different events with his children, which was good.
I have a question for
Yes.
this report. So, not that I'm up on the dog situation, but so according to this, we had 2 dog bites in June. One dog is local, the other dog was from Lethbridge. And it says they've now been listed as aggressive dogs due to the history of the aggressive behavior. Let's be clear, I'm not a dog hater. Love dogs, grew up with dogs. But if a dog is attacking people, why? I need more information. What are we doing with that dog? Are we just saying bad dog? Like what's actually?
Sure.
Well, it's a concern.
Yep, for sure.
Because we have.
We have it. Well, that you said.
So when a dog becomes designated as aggressive,
Yes, which is what they've said.
yeah, which is what's happened with those two.
Yes.
There's a heightened number of precautions that the owner has to abide by, and the fines get exponentially larger.
Okay.
And I don't mean a little bit; it's in the thousands.
Okay.
So, for example, if your dog is
Be nice.
designated aggressive, there has to be signage on your home. It can't leave the property without a muzzle, for example.
Okay.
And there's a number of those criteria, but then fines get into $1,000 and more. And unfortunately, that's almost sad to say that, it's only $1,000 for a vicious attack or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, I totally hear you. That's just part of that process of if that dog was habitually an offender, even after being aggressive, you would ask for the court to seize the animal
Yeah.
and to deal with it that way.
Councillor Burton, Councillor Brown?
Go ahead.
Can I just finish? Because my concern would be, of course, I'm always thinking of little kids, right?
Mhm.
And riding their bikes or doing whatever, and one little bite on you or me is a massive bite on a small child.
Yeah.
And so these dogs, so the one was from Lethbridge, so it's out of our community.
I need to
that how we're
confirm
reading
that. I
it?
think it was being, what's the right term? It was here temporarily with
Okay.
being watched, or
Whatever.
somebody
Okay.
couldn't keep it and it was here, so I think it's gone.
The other one is
Yeah.
a community
Yeah, I know
animal.
which one that is, yeah.
And it's
Yeah.
a community animal, but now has things that are in
designated.
place to protect us,
Yeah,
to protect our kids.
Yeah.
Okay, and I did want to say a special thank you to our bylaw officer. Fantastic. Just sad he's leaving, but happy for him and wishing him all the best, because Leor was fantastic. Also, it sounds like Gary is doing a fantastic job with the rehoming and the handling of the animals, so kudos to him. Thank you.
Can I ask you regarding that report, it asked for support for Gary for a couple days a week?
yeah, so I can't legally employ someone 7 days a week. It just doesn't
Absolutely
work
not.
that way. And people don't normally like it, let's be honest. So we are looking, in fact, it went on the website today. We are looking for a weekend pound attendant, someone that can come in and take care of things so that he can make sure to have days off. We've been really fortunate for a while that Leor was willing to come in on the weekends so Gary didn't have to. So he would hop in and do the chores on Saturday and Sunday. I don't know that that's something that that the next peace officer, that they're going to want to be able to do that. And Leor did that voluntarily, and I don't think I can compel someone to do that. And so Gary and I are just starting. He's working also with some of the folks in town to see if there's some volunteers that might be willing to help on weekends, that we can get a bit of a roster of volunteers that he can sort out as well. But we are going to need to find some weekend help.
Thank you. All
Mayor?
right, the CAO report. Also, sorry,
Well, just
Councillor
if I
Burton.
could, back to Councillor Brown's point, I remember when we redid the animal bylaw, we looked at that issue and,
Mhm.
you know, my concern was kind of the same. Are we acknowledging there's a problem and then letting it persist with that policy, right? Because we're not saying it has to be put down or a court has to make a decision. We're saying, yeah, it can stay in our community if you do A, B, and C. So I don't know that I'm entirely comfortable with what we have, but I do know that we looked at that issue.
Yeah, I remember that.
The other comment I would make is, if you remember me telling council that a neighbor had come by my house and her dog, and she had just been attacked by a mother that had pups,
Mhm.
and we had just had information from our dog catcher that there was no room in the pound, and that's why there was no room for the
Yeah.
dog and her that had just had
Yeah,
pups.
right.
Now, I don't know that it was the same dog, but he said there's a dog by the bridge with pups that's aggressive, and I don't have anywhere to put her. And she said a dog by the bridge with pups was aggressive. So my point is this: if our animal policy allows aggressive dogs to be on the loose, we have to change our policy.
Yeah. Yeah.
If that's why that dog is out there, if it's out there because we didn't know and suddenly it was aggressive, I get that. That's how dogs are. But if I hear that a dog is out there that is known to be aggressive, and then our pound is full, so we're just gonna leave it there, we have to change our policy. I mean, I can't even imagine that we wouldn't. So was that the case, or is it not the case?
I don't think it was the same.
On this
Yeah.
No, I actually, the one dog, I know that the family, it's owned. Like, I know who it is.
So it's
and-
not a
No,
dog
it's
at
not a
large,
loose.
No, it's been a habitual problem for quite a while, but it finally,
but not that
it's
it's at
someone-
large.
no. I know it is owned. Leor's been working with the owners of it for some time. They're building a new fence. They're doing a number of things. And so, yes, no, this is not one that was at large. It's owned and it's currently at its home.
Okay, because if I were, say, the mother of the child you're talking about, or the father or whatever, and
Yeah.
I found out that that dog was known to be aggressive, and we didn't pick it up because the pound is full, I'd
I would
be
as well.
raising Cain.
It's good food.
Yeah, I mean, the town needs to take responsibility, you're right. And, yeah. Anyways, let's move on. CAO report. Jeff, you've been a little bit busy. And I'm glad you could take a little bit of a holiday, only to come back to more work. Right.
Can you tell us?
You have also a development report. Things look good around here. Not bad.
Oh, you don't know who it is. Oh, you don't know. Okay, never mind.
And now we have some do you have any questions for administration?
I do.
Okay,
Of course
Councillor
I do.
Brown.
So where are we at? Big surprise. Where are we at with the clubhouse?
So I got uploads of all of the plans yesterday. Were you CC'd on that? Okay, Dale sent out a link. So all the HVAC, electrical, all that stuff's done. They're just putting their list of approved vendors together, and they're starting to put the numbers to it. So he sent me a list, and he asked for any local people we wanted them to reach out to, and so I just sent him the link to the business directory, and
So sorry, does that mean, so it's gone to tender?
it's in the process of tender. Yeah, it's going through that right now. But they did get like all the little stuff on electrical and HVAC and all that stuff's done.
Okay.
In fact, they emailed me today on a little thing about the finish on the concrete patio because the contractor who was bidding it wanted to make sure. So there's just a lot of that questions going on right now.
Thank you.
Councillor Jensen.
So are you on 8 questions or are you on questions with?
I'm
the
on
vote?
8 questions, yes.
Okay, I don't have a question, I have a comment. Let's see. So, back in May, I went out to the cemetery and I was shocked. And I came back and I talked to Jeff about it because the grass was brown, it wasn't being mowed, it wasn't being watered, there were weeds as high as my knees. It was disgusting. I was so shocked. So I went out there last week, and to my surprise, the grass is green, the weeds are gone, the lawn's being mowed and watered, and I could not believe that cemetery had been revived so quickly. So thank you, Jeff, and I don't know who you've got out there working now, but they are absolutely fantastic job. I was so surprised and so happy to see it. It looked really fantastic.
Thank you, Councillor. We like to hear success story once in a while. All right, under 9, correspondence. We have a new, chief,
Commanding officer.
what exactly is the title?
Commanding officer.
Yes, Chief Commanding Officer of the RCMP, Trevor Daru. I happened to meet him when we had the meeting of mayors and reeves in Tabor. He's a nice fellow. That's when I talked to him about the need to link with the sheriff so that we don't have an overkill in our towns and other rural towns. So under 9B, Tyler Gandam, Alberta Muni's engagement update. It's regarding the consular recall. That is a little bit of a strange story, really. But what the province is trying to do is have the public recall a consular through a plebiscite, and they need to have, I think, they wanted about 40% of the electorate Alberta Muni is not very keen on all of that because I feel that the province is starting to really direct our life a little too much. And we had a code of conduct, but that's gone by the wayside. So it's being replaced by really uh, putting things back. On the other hand, the people elect us. Maybe it's fair for the people to deselect us, if you want to call it this way. A weird word. So there was an engagement on the line. You could go on it and put your two bets worth, so you can still voice your opinion. On the 9C, Cardston County, so there are two letters. So there are letters regarding the water issue for the hamlets, and that's an interesting issue I didn't really know very much about, so it's something new.
So Mayor, I wondered, do they want a letter of
Letter
support from
support.
us? They're not asking for it,
They're
but
not asking, they were sending that because through the ICF, we have an agreement that when they're sending letters to the province regarding issues, that they will let us know and we will do the same. And we do,
it's more for information than
for
they're asking for
information.
support.
Yeah. And the other one, a notice of funding. So it's interesting. On the 9D, Sergeant Bob Wright gave us an update on the trends regarding criminality in our town. The good thing is that we have gone down on crime. Some areas are still a little bit up, but obviously there is something good happening there. 9E, municipal affairs, is a change in the COPTER regulation. So COPTER is a way to get exemption of taxes, of property taxes for museum or theaters or non-profit organizations. What they have done, they have added to that list something like, for example, family support. We used to call them the Handicap Society, but it's a family support services. So, yeah, so that is something that now they can come under that legislation for taxes. Okay, so they might yet come to us for that. And that's about it as for the, my goodness, I don't believe it, it's 6 o'clock. And we can go in closed session. So we go in closed session because we have two legal items. We have land purchase and sale. We have bylaw matter, contract amendment, and the committee assignments.
You want a
So
motion?
all that, yes,
Do you want a
please.
30-minute break?
So when's our other delegation?
7.
Call 'em, come on.
Yeah.
So we might
Closed
be
session.
just in time to go. And
Make a motion to go into closed session.
thank you. All in favor? Thank you very much. Thank you, Mary.
I'll be right back.
Thank you. So go ahead.